Hi, welcome back to It's Happening Now. Today we're going to be getting into the situation at the border, which has been developing as of recent. Uh, just today, we heard about Biden putting forth a set of rules that he wanted to institute in order to help the border, which he could have been helping the entire time, but he decided not to.
Right.
What do you guys think about that?
Biden doesn't want to help the border.
No.
I don't think he does.
No, I mean,
No.
His actions definitely say so.
matter of fact, Biden's not even in control at all. He's so senile. He's just a puppet.
No.
So this is I believe what you're speaking of is a bipartisan bill that Chuck Schumer has sitting in the Senate. And I read a little article yesterday. I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but what the article said, not only is it, oh yeah, let's fake close the border, but it's a mass amnesty bill as well. So a lot of these people that are already here, well, now you can stay here.
Oh shit.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
That's all
it's
bad.
it's the government lie to you and pretend that they're solving a problem that they have no intention to solving. Because if they actually solve the problems, we wouldn't need the government anymore.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the government is the problem.
Right. They've been flooding this country with illegal immigrants anyway.
Yeah, right.
And this was the whole plan. If they wanted to close down the border, they'd have done. Why now?
Right.
They'd have done it 3 years ago, but they didn't.
The thing
I mean,
that-
it's been a problem ever since Biden became president. They were already coming up. We had caravans of illegal immigrants coming up here because he promised them this.
I mean,
He told them to come.
how many times on the news did you see a news clip of Mayorkas or anybody from the Biden regime? Oh no, the border is
Oh, New
secure.
York, Chicago, all those people.
It's closed. There's no problem at the border. It's closed.
okay.
They just slide straight to your face over and over and over again. There's no crisis.
I thought you was talking about the governor of New York and the governor of Chicago or Illinois talking about we need these people, bring them in, calling everybody who doesn't want them here racist and all that. And it's like now they're crying like little girls because
please make it stop.
Please make it stop. We can't afford this. We have too many. And it's like we've been saying this. What do you think Texas feels like? What do you think Arizona feels like when their borders are being overran? And their states are being overran with illegal immigrants. They can't handle it.
Absolutely. Not even to mention the amount of money that we've already spent on
$20 billion in the last 2 years. $20 billion in the last 2 years that we've spent on illegal
just
migrants.
over 20
That's
million.
insanity. Why aren't we using that money to help, I don't know, our citizens here at home?
You mean like the homeless veterans?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, and there is, if you see it, there is a rogue cat running around our studio here. So just be warned. But they don't want to help the American citizens. They want to destroy the American citizens.
Yes.
They want a great replacement. American citizens have gotten too used to living well. They've gotten too used to having luxuries and food and electricity and living a lifestyle that we have lived for the last
Taken for
100 years.
Right. Not only that, but we put ourselves. Well, we all put ourselves in a lot of debt.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so hard for American people to actually stand up. Is like I want to stand up, I want to help, I want to fight against this, but I have a mortgage payment, I have a car payment, I have bills to pay. Like I can't just walk away.
Yeah.
That's
and I have responsibilities. I have a responsibility to pay my bills and to take care of my kids, my wife, and all that. I can't just walk away.
Well, I think that's where we got
And that's
to
the
give
majority
props
of people.
to the senator of Texas, Greg Abbott. I mean, he's doing the right thing. He's called for the National Guard, you know, and they're shutting it down. He's like, I'm done, enough, you know, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
But why now? Why not 3 years ago?
I don't.
I say the same thing. Yeah,
right. I don't know. I mean,
I say the same thing. I mean, he has tried. He's been fighting his fight for a little while. You know what I mean? But now he's just like full stop.
I mean,
like no more.
Maybe it's just okay, we need, we'll let some in. We can absorb some, not a big deal. But maybe it just got to a point where there's too many now.
They don't
we just
stop
have
coming.
to stop it. Right. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
They don't stop.
We should have stopped it a long time ago, though.
We should have. You're right.
Yes, we should have.
We needed a period of, what do they call it? Integration.
Right.
Where we need to stop having these people come in for a little while.
Right. So the people that did come could assimilate, learn our language, and learn our laws, figure out how to even
start contributing.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the Americans,
try to figure out how to actually live here. Instead, we are taking our kids out of schools and putting them in schools so they have somewhere to go. That's, if you ask me, that's nuts. But
it is.
I mean, I feel like that we're on the verge of civil war. I mean, truly, 25 states now have sent troops to Texas. 25 states. And the Biden regime isn't going to back off. They're not going to stop. So what's the end game here?
Well, I read it earlier. I read an article a little bit ago that said that even the federal agents down there are refusing to go against National Guard. So
right. I mean,
what power does Biden even have anymore?
Well, yeah, I guess if I was a Border Patrol agent and there's 30, 40,000 National Guards.
Yeah, 25 states worth of National Guard, right?
You went to reservoir, you have the reservoir.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'll be over here.
You'd be over there trying to clip the razor wire, like, oh no, my bad. Sit back though. I'm sorry.
They send people out in the dead of night, just like, can we sneak a little bit?
No. I wouldn't do that if I were you. No. Like, yeah, we're gonna let them do what they got to do.
Like they got drones out there that just have night vision and stuff on them, and they just signal back.
All it takes is one mistake to light that fire.
Oh yeah.
One mistake on either side. To get this party started,
right.
You know.
It's definitely a powder keg.
Yeah, I've said that over and over again. It's a powder keg, and there's going to be a spark, and it's only going to take one little spark.
Who does it? That's the question. Who does it?
Well, none of us here are opposed to immigration, but do it the legal way.
The legal way.
You know what I mean? Come in the right way and assimilate and become a part of the U.S.
Right. I mean, it's
Go ahead.
No, feel free. Finish your statement.
I was just going to say, like, what he said is you come here, and why are you still running around flying your flag from the country you just ran from?
Right.
That makes no sense to me. You come run into our country and then call our country a crap hole.
Right.
I've never understood that either.
That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up. Right. Why'd you want to come here if you just want to dog our country? And like Devin said last week, it's pretty much they're just coming here to steal our wealth. $20 billion in the last 2 years.
Over $20 billion in 2 years. Yeah.
That's.
I would actually disagree a little bit. I like immigration at times.
Right.
I think it has to be in waves. I think that sometimes immigration is good and sometimes immigration is bad, and people don't understand when to stop.
I agree with immigration. I just don't agree with the illegal part. Right. If you want to come over here, come through the port of entry.
If it's done legally,
we wouldn't have these problems. I mean, we wouldn't have these problems in Arizona. We wouldn't have these problems in Texas if they would just come through the port of entry.
Well,
but now we have Texas where they had to put up barriers now to stop this because it is becoming overwhelming.
We bring on more people and it does cost us more money.
It does. But if it's done the legal way, our system is set up that it's actually very hard for them to become a U.S. citizen. So it's not like we're bringing in 10,000 a year or 50,000 a year. You know what I mean? There's probably a couple thousand a year when it's done legally.
It's still a spot that's
and I don't think that we have a problem absorbing that if they're really coming in to try to better themselves and become a part of.
Yeah, but we're talking about millions.
Well, right now we are. You're right, and that's we can't do that.
Well, since Biden's been president, it's been 5 or 6 million people have crossed that border. That is too many. Right, that's more than 1 million a year.
Right. Previously, our immigration policies are set up to bring in the best that the world has to offer. You have to get a sponsor. You have to apply for citizenship. You have to have so much money that you don't need to live off the system for however many years.
Whatever,
you know what I mean? Right. So you want to be an American. What do you have to offer America?
Right.
I mean, if you are a first world nation and your biggest import is third world citizens, how many before it tilts the bounds? And now we're a third world. But that's their ultimate goal. That's the end game.
Right. That's what they want.
You can't destroy the world or take over the world without taking over America.
Okay.
Right.
The U.S. Border Patrol has recorded, and this is just what they've recorded, more than 6 million illegal crossings along the Mexican border since Biden took office.
Yeah.
Right.
6 million.
The busiest span
Wow.
in the agency's 100-year history.
That's a lot.
An
That's more than I
additional
thought it was.
nearly 2 million gotaways who were detected but not apprehended. So 6 million of them, 2 million of them just, we don't know where they went.
6 million people. You know how many jobs 6 million people needs?
Right.
6 million jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
This is why I say there's sometimes needs immigration, and then sometimes you have to stop immigration.
Oh, you're right.
We need the amount of jobs that we need for the people that are coming up in our society that are younger. We have to have that. This is our country.
Right.
You shouldn't just bring in people when you don't really have a need for them. You're just bringing in people to bring in people.
But then at that point, you're just taking care of them at that point. They got free medical and everything. Like, there was a news article or a news story I heard yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, where the hospitals have over 10 million unpaid hospital bills from migrants.
Yeah.
Like, they're destabilizing our economy.
Yeah.
They're destroying our country.
They're definitely not writing off any.
I'm not saying them. I'm
bills,
saying I think this is all being done on
know.
purpose. I think the
Oh, I
government
agree.
is doing this on purpose.
Let's just
They're destabilizing.
look at it like this, and this really makes you think. The 6 million people that have come in, all right, is more people than Rhode Island, Montana, Delaware, South Dakota, and North Dakota, and Alaska have in population combined.
Right.
Holy hell! Really?
So all
That's a lot.
6
I
of
didn't
those
know that.
states
Combined.
Oh,
is
wow.
less than
what, 4 or 5
than
states
6
that you
Rhode
named?
Island 1,097,000.
Rhode Island.
All right, Montana 1,084,000.
Right.
Delaware 989,000. South Dakota 886,000.
Right.
All these have change on the back. I mean,
Right.
North Dakota 779 and Alaska 733,000. That doesn't equal 6 million.
You're right. And you named 6 states.
6 states.
6
Right.
So
states.
people walk in over our border that we have no idea who they are,
Right.
don't know where they come from,
Don't know anything about
don't
it.
know
Right.
what they know, what skills they possess,
Primarily men too.
what diseases they have, what anything about these people.
Right.
And their totals are more combined than 6 of the states of this union.
Right.
You know, it's also more than, it's kind of like an army. Actually, it would be larger than the top 3 standing armies put together.
Did you hear where they're putting them in LA's police force?
Yeah.
And they said the messed up part is they can't take the guns home because it's illegal for an illegal alien to have a weapon. I was like, so while you're on duty, you're not supposed to be here, but we're going to give you a gun. But when you go home, don't take that gun home because it's illegal for you to have it. It's like, how are you a cop when you're breaking the law?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we've learned that laws don't matter.
No.
Yeah.
Except for me, you, and every other common American out here.
Wait, you mean the hardworking Americans?
Yeah,
in
the
this
ones that
country
actually
that pay taxes.
Yeah, that actually
they
pay.
say we have to follow.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it, the brutality and the injustice that's been gone rampant in this country for the last, how long, man? Like what, 8, 12 years?
Aren't they? I heard something or saw something said they were letting them into the military too, and if they served a certain amount of time, then they would get automatic citizenship.
Yeah, there was somebody.
I
was
don't
trying
know
to
that
pass,
I agree with that.
Somebody
either.
was trying to pass a bill. I can't remember his name. That said that they could join the military, and if they do such a
certain amount of time,
a certain amount of time, then they would become American citizens. And it's like,
no,
I don't
agree with
that. Right.
somebody who is not loyal to my country.
Right.
Saying they're going to defend it, because I highly doubt that you're going to defend it.
Right.
It would be like hiring a thief to guard your house.
Guard your property.
Yeah, like there's a good chance that he's going to figure some way out to rob you.
You're going to wake up and you're going to be broke.
That's
what's going to happen.
That's
your
like,
TV's going to be missing.
That reporter that was interviewing that illegal alien that walked across the border, and yes, I called it an illegal alien.
Call it how you say
and
it.
he said, he was asking where you're from, who are you? The guy goes, "You're too stupid to know who I am.
Yeah,
but you'll know who I am here real soon." And then he looks like a known terrorist, a leader of a terrorist organization. So they're letting terrorist organizations or terrorists into this country, knowingly letting them in. They are knowing let people come to this border, knowing that the kids are being trafficked.
Right.
The women are being raped.
So
This has to be the largest human trafficking operation in the history of the world.
No, yeah, I would. I'd agree
Perpetrated.
to that. That's probably what's going on. More
It
likely
is.
what's going on.
The next thing I'm about to say, remember, is my opinion. I'm not calling for anything. But what happened to the America that we grew up in, where if an illegal immigrant or whatever, especially a child trafficker or rapist, would come across the border, they got shot. I mean, it was that simple. There were no questions. There was no red tape. There was no let's give them some health care and some money and put them back over there on their side of the border. I mean, they just shoot you first and ask questions later.
Right.
What happened to America?
We have been subdued with technology. You know what I'm saying?
Debt.
Right.
The internet.
And debt.
Oh, and debt. Right.
Right.
I don't. No American wants this happening. Okay, but we've seen if you go to Washington D.C. to protest, they'll set you up.
Oh yeah,
and they'll throw you in prison
jail.
like you're a terrorist.
Were you saying that? That's what I was reading. Where they said 700,000 truckers and other vehicles, 700,000 people are also going down to protect the Texas border. It's a big army of God is what they're calling themselves.
Right. Yep.
It's a big thing of truckers,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody mentioned that of it's going to be another January 6th. You go down there.
Yep.
They're urging people not to go, which I say go. You know what
Right.
I mean? I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I'm saying if you feel like you need to go, go. But they're saying that they're going to set them up. It's another setup.
That could be. Then they're gonna
call it another.
put them all in
They're
jail.
going to call it
like
another
the
insurrection. Like the January 6th.
Eventually, you're going to do this to enough of our people that we're going to stand up, and you're not going to like the results,
Right.
because we, for and foremost, we're Americans.
Right.
We love freedom. We love God. We love country.
Right.
And even if you don't love God, I mean, everybody out there is different. You still love country. This is your home.
Yeah, it's your home.
Just as your community is your community, but that community gets bigger by your state, and that community gets bigger by the country. It's all your home.
And we're all, we're all brothers and sisters in this country.
Right.
I mean,
one way, shape, or form.
Right.
Yeah, we are all
practice the same culture. We all love the 4th of July,
well, we did.
cookouts. Well, right. We need these immigrants to come and embrace our culture. Right. And we'll, and in return, we'll embrace some of yours. America's a mixing pot.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Always has been.
Every Cinco de Mayo, everybody goes to the Mexican restaurants and they all get drunk.
Yeah, I love a beer on Cinco de Mayo. I mean, tequila shots, some beers sounds great. You know?
St. Patrick's Day. We all
green
go
beer.
get drunk with the
Hell
Irish.
yeah, green beer.
You know what I mean? We'll happily bring in your culture with ours, but don't try to destroy ours because of yours.
Right.
Yeah, flying your flag over ours, burning our flag, stomping on our flag. Like, what did you come here for?
Ripping down Christmas trees.
Did you come here to destroy our country, or did you come here because you were being mistreated where you are and you wanted somewhere else to go, somewhere better,
a better life?
And you get here and then you start stomping on our traditions. That's
it's
trying to erase our culture.
Same principle. Same principle of like California, New York. And you have the Democrats, the liberal left, and they're like, oh, our state's taxes and business economy sucks. We're going to move. We got to get out of here. We're overtaxed and destroyed. So they leave and they go to a red state, and then they vote Democrat. And they just destroy that state too. And they're like, well, what? This state sucks now. They just keep
and to move to some other state to ruin that one.
They're like it's like a parasite.
Right.
They just move, destroy,
like locusts.
Move, destroy,
right.
move,
like locusts.
destroy.
Yeah.
And they don't understand it's the policies you're supporting that is destroying our country.
Right.
I mean, it is. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is. It's, and I think we're in for. I just hope something doesn't go.
We're
off
in for a
Texas.
bumpy ride.
I think
buckle up.
All I have to say is
everything that was going on in Texas. It just seems like, why now? What's going on? You know, like, are you guys trying to start something? Like, because it's like they're pushing us. Like, come on, like, do it. How hard do we have to push you before y'all will pick your guns up so we can, if we win, we can take them from you. We can take away your right to speak. We can take away everything that you all your freedoms will be gone. It's what they want us to do, man.
Like going to the bar and you're just there to have a good time. But that one guy's just there poking you in your chest. What you gonna do? But and you're just like, come on, man, I'm just here for a good time.
I'm not touching you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not touching you.
But it's annoying.
And he's like, what you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? Eventually you're gonna do something. You know what I mean? Eventually you're just like, all right, that's enough.
And that's what the person wanted the whole time.
Yeah, just left alone.
I'm saying the person poking you is what he wanted that reaction the whole time.
As soon as you react, and he calls the cops, and you go to jail.
Yeah, you go to jail.
It's a good time, and you're like, I didn't do nothing. I just wanted to be left alone.
Right. The whole time you was talking to a female that he wanted to talk to.
Yeah.
He had to get you out of the way.
It is. If I had one message to later Liberty, it'd be like, hold on, lady, we're going for a wild ride.
Hold on, we're going for a ride.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This country is it's the best experiment ever created, and it'll only get better if we can keep these people from destroying it.
Yeah, our Constitution was written perfectly.
It is.
If it was followed the way it was, the way it's written, and it would, everybody would be in a really good position. Yeah. The problem is they make all these laws that go against our and that's illegal. In the Constitution, it even says that any law that violates the Constitution or goes against the Constitution is therefore null and void. Yeah. Right. You don't have to follow that law, but that cop standing over there will arrest you for breaking that law. Yeah. And it's like, how can you even put me through a court? How can you even take me to court? Put me in front of a judge. The judge knows what the Constitution says, and he will still send your ass to prison. Yep. Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to say ass.
It's like twice. He's just passionate about it. A
little bit.
Well, I think it's worse too. That aren't the judges elected? Why are we leaving these people in those spots? Why are we not getting them out? Like
unfortunately,
who else you gonna get?
This comes back to the control of information. If you can control the information, you can control the people. Right. So, as we touched, I think it was episode 1. Google, search engines, everything. People hear something, they look it up, and the information you get is controlled. You don't get the truth. You get what they want to show you.
The hell you say?
No, right.
That's actually
I'm kidding. I mean, that is
so.
That's true.
These people, most of the people out here, as individual intelligent. You know what I mean? Super intelligent. Right. And groups, not so much.
Right.
But
you get groupthink.
Yeah, you get groupthink and group mentality. Somebody goes bust a window, and you're like, hey, I'm going to go bust some windows.
Bust a window too, right?
So everybody.
You busted the window. I'll go take those tools in there.
Everybody just goes to the polls, and either they do one of two things. They either vote R or D, no matter who it is, or they vote by name recognition.
Right. I think the R&D should be taken off of there.
And that may not even
that's not gonna fix it either, but
do anything because they're hacking machines. So
right.
Yeah, where was that at? Where they showed how easy it was. That dude did it in like 30 seconds. It was like bloop, and it was like not control this whole system. Yeah. They flip whatever I want and
just the many voting machines. Just now I can change.
Yeah, now I have total control of this, and they're like nothing to see here.
He bought.
Tell me it's fair and free.
He bought.
If it's that easy.
Yeah.
You know the cards they give you when you vote that you stick in the machine.
Yeah.
The guy that in the case bought these cards off Amazon for like $2 a card. He made 3 of them. One for a voter. He made the poll worker card. Then he made a maintenance card. The maintenance card he just walked up there, plugged in, hit a couple buttons, became a super user. He could change the votes. He could download whatever. I mean, that's how easy it is. Your phone has more protection than that.
Yeah.
Well, this is what they're voting with. Let's go back to paper ballots. Man.
Right.
That's what we gotta do.
Paper ballots, voter ID.
Yes.
You have to be a United States citizen to vote in our elections. Yeah. Period.
Right.
I mean,
you should have to prove it.
Right.
Like, I mean, people say, I hate when the Democrats go down this road where they say voter ID is racist. Mm-hmm. How? Most states, if anybody wants to look it up, most states, if you claim indigent, you can't afford it, they'll give you one for free. They will give you at least a state ID for free. And everybody I know, I mean, if you told me it was racist for voter ID because, and this is their thing, they say, this is not me, Black people don't know where the BMVs are. That's more racist
Wait,
than
what?
that's you saying that is more. No, they've said this. I've heard politicians say this, and I'm like,
Wow.
that is racist.
Oh,
yeah.
Like that is racist.
Right.
I mean, everybody I know, every black person I know, knows where both of the BMVs in my city are.
Right.
Yeah,
Springfield's not
yeah,
that big. There's only 2 of them.
People in less affluent areas, which they're speaking about minorities, are unable to or are unable to acquire the means to vote.
Right.
That's what they say.
Look.
And so they say that because their thought process is that because we say no, they should have to, that we're racist when they're the ones that are thinking along racist lines.
Right.
Because that didn't even pop up in my mind. I didn't think about it like that. Why would I?
Right.
I'm not a racist.
Right.
So.
I just think that you should have to be an American citizen and have a valid ID to go vote. And they're like, nope, you're racist for that. And it's like, that doesn't even make sense.
If you want to,
please explain that to me. And then when they give you their explanation, you're like, no, wait, hold on. That, what you just said was racist. You know what I mean? Like, that it don't make no sense.
It feels like you're arguing with a child.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And there's no reason.
They just throw something like because.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Why'd you do that? Because. Why? I don't know.
It's just like,
why did you do it? I don't know.
Yeah. Why didn't you do it? How is this on me now?
I didn't do it. The cat did it.
You're right.
The crazy thing is, it's like, let's say you want to open a bank account, not borrow money. You want to put money in, your money, your hard-earned money. You have to have an ID for that.
Yeah.
So why don't I have to have an ID to go vote?
Buy cigarettes, buy alcohol.
So they could cheat.
Well, obviously, but
yes. Well,
so they can do what they want.
Some states do have that law. So I mean, like here in Ohio,
I'd like to see licenses and even maybe a fingerprint, or a thumbprint.
I was about to just say that. For the love of God, it's 2024.
Yeah.
To unlock my phone, I stick my finger.
You stick your finger on it, right?
A voting machine costs $5,000. I would happily go, even though I don't want the government to know any more of my information, but they already have it. I mean,
they have.
Google sells everything. It knows everything about it.
Look, the government knows the temperature of your butt in that seat right now if they want.
So
Facebook knows when you're taking it.
Yeah, right.
They know when you're using the bathroom.
I'll
clean it up a little bit.
Up to when I register to vote, I scan my fingerprint on anything. Then you don't need IDs.
All right.
Yeah, your picture pops up. Is this you? Yes, that's me.
Yeah,
Verify.
You go up there to vote. You stick your thumbprint on one of those little pads. It pops up your picture, everything,
all your information.
And they hand you a little. No, they don't hand you a card. They hand you a piece of paper.
And a pencil.
Here, do it. Not a pencil, a pen.
A pen.
Okay,
well,
no, I don't like that.
Okay, yeah, okay, a pen, a piece of paper and a pen. You're right.
and then I go and I put in a box.
Right. Yeah. A sealed box.
Right. But I get a receipt of who I voted for.
Right.
And why can't we do this? How come I don't get a special voter identification number? And at the end of the day, I can log into this website and see my ballot, and make sure it was counted, and it was counted for who I voted for.
Yeah, everything was correct.
Wait, you mean a special number like your Social Security number?
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, or your driver's
license.
Well, now you're stopping those illegals from voting, Scott. You know that's wrong.
Am I right?
You know that's wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be racist.
You're taking away their voice. Well, why would you do that? They have a right to vote in your election. But I swear, if you go to Mexico and you try to vote in their election, they will hang you in the public square.
They have a right to change a country that isn't theirs.
So they have a right to cheat elections, and I don't get my say anymore. You don't get your say. None of us get a say anymore.
Man,
I keep forgetting. And I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Just remember to think who your
remember my
betters
place.
are.
Is that what you're telling me?
They don't call you a citizen anymore. You're not Scott the citizen. You're Scott the taxpayer.
Yeah,
you're right. You are right.
I mean?
We're all
taxpayers of America.
Yeah, right.
I'm a person.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't need the government. I don't need the city government. Right. If we all in this city just decided that not a tax, that we all put $10 into an account every, you know what I mean? Every week, every citizen,
whatever, right?
Into a giant pool, every road in my city would have no potholes. I'd have all brand new roads, curbs, and everything.
Yeah.
But the city, they go in there, well, we're going to tax you at 3% I'm going to pay myself $180,000 a year. I'm going to hire all my friends for the same.
Right.
We're going to sit there and we're going to talk about things. Then we're going to pay people to come in here and do studies on what it would cost to fix the street. We're going to pay them $3 million to do this study of the cost analysis to fix the streets. And then we'll see what we can do. And then they come back and they say, well, it would have been $3 million to fix the streets.
Right.
But we don't have it.
Right.
Because we paid the people to do a
$3
cost
million
analysis.
for the cost analysis.
Right. So we have.
And even if you did, then you're going to pay your road workers to stand there and hold a shovel, watching one guy work for $30 an hour.
People. They hire outside of that to do the roads.
Right. So, well, they make $60 an hour.
And then they look at you and they say, but if we just had more money.
Right. A little more money would fix all the problems.
The streets.
Right.
So you give them, you're like, well, okay, I'll give you a little bit more money. Next year, they're like, okay, we need to do another cost analysis.
Right.
Seems like a lot of corruption.
It's like a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money laundering is what I would say.
Spending, is that what you're saying?
It is ludicrous.
Yeah,
it is.
Agreed.
It's getting outrageous where we struggle
to
pay our normal bills, our light bill, our gas bill, our groceries, for our families. And then we're like, okay, I barely got by this week or this month or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't afford to take a vacation. Can't afford to do anything fun. You know what I mean? But yet they're taking all your money and the money just vanishes. It just like a magic trick. Like, hey, look, there it goes. Bye. We need more now.
It's gotten so bad that at least back in the day, if you ran out of toilet paper when you went to a fast food restaurant, they give you a stack of napkins. Now you're like 1 or 2. Now you haven't even got the backup toilet paper anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
if you go to a restaurant and you want some sauce packets, you have to like almost hold them at gunpoint to get a couple of them. When they used to give you like a bag of them, like here.
And if you ask Nikki Haley, they want you to work till 70 now.
Yeah,
or more. They just said 70. She actually said, we have to raise the retirement age to life expectancy.
Are you going
she said life expectancy.
What are you going to do at 70?
Huh?
65 is too late anyway.
I would say 60. I would say 65 is right there where you're like maybe you can do some things. But 70, what are you gonna do? Most people are dead at 70.
At 65, I'm gonna sit on my couch.
Hold on.
In case you all don't know,
that's what's gonna happen.
In this room, truck drivers. It's
Yeah.
Class A CDLs. We drive the big trucks. Do you want us in a truck
70 years old? Hold on a second, my arthritis is kicking in. I don't know if I can make this turn.
Well, better not. What do you see 70-year-olds doing? So we'd be like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. After they'd be like, the first news talk show is over. Snap time.
Right. I'm going to throw out a crazy suggestion. Rather than 70 or 65 that it is right now, let's go to 60.
Yeah.
Well, look, most people start their working career
20 to
21, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or very early
around
20s.
that age. Yeah.
13.
I started at 12.
Right. I was delivering papers
on
my bike.
And we paid tax on that.
Everybody's taxed me my whole life.
Yes, exactly. So, but what if, we go, let's just say 20 to 60, that's 40 years of work. That's over half of your life expectancy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say,
just keep it where it's
let
at.
people live. Let people live.
What is wrong with you?
No.
Just keep it where it's at right now. Look, we don't need to change it one way or the other. It's fine the way it is. Just stop taxing us.
What is wrong with you?
Thank you for asking that. Thank you, Greg.
Let's just go ahead and work till we're 65. We might not make it. We might die at 56. But let's just keep it the way it is. No. Why do we have to work our entire lives so the government can be corrupt and abuse our money?
Right. And I'm gonna add something to that. It's coming from people who don't work jobs like we do, telling us because they can work it. Most of them die in office. Yeah. They don't even know what's going on. Like you see them sleeping because they're too damn old. Like we was just saying we would do if we were driving a truck at 70. They're sitting in that office or in that chamber, falling asleep while they're supposed to be voting on laws that are being passed and bills that are being passed, and most of them don't even know what's going on in there. That one lady before she died, didn't even know where she was one day and was like, "Where am I? Yeah, where am I? You're in chamber.
No,
you're voting on this. What? I'll vote for you."
They're not.
Do you think they just wake up? And
It's a retirement home, man.
Oh, everybody's voting. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah. Yay. Nay.
I don't even know what's going on.
They're at Nancy Pelosi's bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Or in
so now they're elderly and drunk. That's great.
I think they should also
I mean,
I think they should also have to take mental evaluations.
Cognitive tests.
Yeah, cognitive tests because and their health records they should have to tell people when they have cancer, like the one justice who had cancer but didn't want to say anything because she didn't want to get replaced while Trump was in office.
Yeah.
Ruth something.
Ruth Ginsburg.
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember her damn name.
Who here remembers how they felt, all right, when they were kids and they learned that professional wrestling was fake?
Oh, I hurt. I was a little upset. I was like,
about 13 or so.
I don't know who out there in the world needs to know this.
Wrestling.
The Democrats and the Republicans, their fight is fake.
Oh yeah,
it's like WWE wrestling. I'm not going to say
party.
It's like professional wrestling. Same thing. They go out on the floor. They
have a
fight,
little argument.
Like they're, oh no, you are against the country. You are against the country. No, you're against country. No, you're racist. Right. No, you're misogynistic. Right. Whatever they have to say, and then they go behind the doors when the cameras are off, and they're best friends.
Yeah. Slapping each other on the back, having drinks together.
Remember Lindsey Graham was shaking hands. Who was it with Nancy Pelosi? Yeah. Shaking hands after he just went off on her.
Yeah.
But when it was over, he didn't know the cameras were still on. He goes over, shakes her hand, they're laughing, giggling together, and it's like, what happened with the I thought you hated this lady. I thought you were trying to fight for your constituents, and it's like, nah, that's my best friend. We're gonna go have a drink.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Nancy's bar and have a drink.
You guys aren't saying that the U.S. government, the whole U.S. government's against the average person.
It's a show.
I would say it is a show. I agree with that. I would say there's a lot of them that are in there that go along with it. But I would also say there are some people in there that are trying to fix it.
There are.
I think
there is a big conspiracy theory to go along with that one. But
that's a
not just here, but across the world. I mean, there is a big conspiracy theory on how everything is just not real. What you're experiencing today may not be true.
It might not be true at all. There have been some weird stories that I've been following. You know, we're gonna jump down the rabbit hole. I just saw Alice jump down the rabbit hole behind him, so
I figured I'd open that up.
Yeah, we're gonna chase it down. But real quick, we have a producer. His name's Mason. Mason, how much time do we have left? 37 minutes. We got plenty of time. All right. So there's some talk that's sweeping around the internet, and there's a lot of points that point that this could be true, that Donald Trump is still president, a wartime president, that the government has split into a shadow, two governments, the government that you see on TV and a shadow government. And Biden is not truly Biden, but a actor at the present time.
Yeah.
That America was hostily taken over, and a lot of other countries, such as Trudeau up in Canada, Britain, the WEF is orchestrating, and a couple other deep state organizations, orchestrating the takeover of the world.
Yeah, not just here, but
not just here, the world. I mean, if you look around, what's happening in America is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And so
the whole world is in turmoil. I mean, yes.
People don't just wake up one day and all of a sudden the whole world's gay and transgender and
it hates their own countries and all that.
Hates their own countries. That doesn't happen. I mean, that might happen in this country or that country, but all the Western countries of the world at the exact same time.
It could be coincidence. Couldn't it though? Couldn't it?
Really?
Isn't there some possibility that is still coincidence?
It's like saying
it could be. That's why we're saying it's a conspiracy theory. But I'm saying, like, when you really look into all of it, it's kind of weird that it's all happening right now. I mean, it's been happening in other countries a lot longer than it's been happening here. This hostile takeover, if it's true. But now that it's happened in America, and what do they call America? The last beacon, the last sign of hope,
the light on the hill.
Yeah, this is what everybody depends on. I mean, I don't know how long on Facebook and stuff like that. When every time they come after our guns, people from other countries, Australia, Britain, all that, on there, don't let them take your guns. If they take your guns, the whole world is lost.
So what you're saying is there's a monolithic organization that is trying to take away America and all of the rights of everybody around the globe.
Well, look at Obama. Remember when Obama was president? Everything was pretty much the way it is now. Yeah. Trump comes in, gas prices go down, food prices go down. You stop paying so much taxes. You have more of your own money. Life was great.
Not a single war.
Yeah, not a single war. He was trying his best to fix everything. The second Biden gets back into office, it all went right back. That's why it hurts so much when Biden Biden got back in the presidency. Right. It got worse. So it felt like it hurt worse because it just went back to status quo. Mm-hmm. Gas prices didn't go all the way up. They just, look back when Obama was president. About the same.
Thing is, though,
food prices, everything.
Like it hurts now.
Yeah, it hurt them, but it hurt worse because Trump showed you what life could be.
Well, this economy is because of Trump, though, right? Like that's what they say.
That's what they always say.
No,
but it's like
4 years behind, right?
Do you remember what they say that? And that's not true at all. Look what they said about when Obama said, "How is Trump going to do everything he says he's going? What does he have a magic wand?" The second before Trump even got into office, it was starting to change because he was already working out deals with the automotive companies, all these big companies to bring our business back to the United States, to give our people more jobs, better high-paying wages. That was what Trump did. The second Trump came out of office and Biden went in, he got rid of all that. He shut down the Keystone Pipeline. Now your fuel prices went through the roof. We're truck drivers. We understand how that works. If you raise the prices on the fuel, you raise the prices on everything. Yep. Not just everything comes through the railroad, the cruise, the ships, and the trucks. And if you raise fuel, if you raise the fuel prices,
just energy in general,
it goes up. And
but let's say you're right. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Say, hey, Trump's wartime president, but he's behind the curtain. You know what I mean?
Why does he have a motorcade?
Yeah, I'm not disputing. I'm just saying let's go down the rabbit hole. Say you're right. I kind of have a problem with this whole. Well, he's really calling the shots, but he's letting his song and dance happen in the front of the curtain.
He's not calling the shots. All right, the shadow government, the government that you see is calling the shots. What he's doing is orchestrating the takedown of the cabal. What he's doing behind the scenes. Okay, so Biden could shut down the pipeline. Biden could send aid to, because you have to have Congress and you have to have the Senate. Congress and the Senate's answering to the Biden regime.
Right.
They have to. Okay, so just think of a coup. All right, you have the coup over here. We'll just call it the Biden regime. Right. They assume power and the visible government. And then you have the actual president, okay, let's say Trump, who won the election, goes into the shadows, okay? So you have the resistance, viva la resistance, all right? But so you have the part of the government that understands what is happening. Let's say generals, let's say military, that align with the actual government, just in the situation to take down the cabal.
Right.
All right. You have the same fractions all around the world. I mean, during World War II, it happened. You had the French underground. You had the Italy underground. You had the German underground. People that were aligning to destroy what was going on in the light. So, obviously, whoever is with Trump, he has a full motorcade. No other ex-president has a full motorcade.
You don't see that. You don't see Obama running around with how many cops like
or Bush
or you don't. But not anymore. That's what makes the conspiracy theory even bigger.
That's what I mean.
You don't see Obama running around and doing what he did last time. and trying to campaign for the Democratic Party, vote Democrat, vote for Joe Biden, all that. Like, you don't see that. You don't see Hillary Clinton out there. You don't see Nancy Pelosi. Where did she go? Yeah. You don't see. I mean, she may pop up here and there, but not like she was last time. Where that one chick, Maxine Walters,
or AOC, where's she been?
I don't know.
They were on the news every day.
Yeah, but they're all. It's like they're all hiding.
Why did the last place people saw the Clintons were in Mexico? Right. Yeah. Why are they in Mexico?
And I think it adds up.
Are they running?
I think it all adds up to what's going on in Texas. Why now? I mean, it's like the shadow government, Trump, is starting to show their hand. Like, we're here and we're coming after you, and they're all starting to just disappear.
All right, now I could say Biden's old age, but why did during the delegate to Taiwan, why did Nancy Pelosi go? Is it because Biden's not really the president? All right, why hasn't Biden gave an address from the actual? Why didn't
Kamala Harris go? I mean, why was it her?
Because
Kamala Harris didn't go. She's the vice president.
Because if you cheat the election, she's not the vice president.
That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't make any sense that Nancy Pelosi would go to have that conversation with them, because it should have been one of two people, the president or the vice president. It wasn't neither one of them.
The president's constitutional power is foreign relations. But our president and vice president's not handling the foreign relations?
Right.
Well, during that time, the Speaker of the House, they don't have any foreign relation powers.
Not that I know of. I don't know if they do or not.
To what ends are they doing this, though? Why would they commit this coup?
Because they would have. Okay, I will tell you. All right.
In all honesty.
You want to know why? I will tell you why. Okay?
Here we go.
Here we go. Down the rabbit hole, you guys.
Hold on, Buckle up. We're going for a ride.
Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Get your cave light on, because we're going deep down here. Okay. All right.
I got my ropes.
The WEF, Agenda 30, okay, the Guidestone in Atlanta, or in Georgia, all speaks of one thing, all right, that they want to depopulate the earth for the sustainability of Earth. Mm-hmm. They believe Earth would be best suited with 500 million people. They want to reduce carbon. You are the carbon they want to reduce. Right. Okay? They can't, and they will never win. If they just came out here and it's like, well, guess what? We're going to pick 500 million people. We're going to kill you all. Then that's not going to work out for them very well.
Viva Revolution.
Yeah, since they're the few and we're the many. So they have to trick you. They have to trick you. Fluoride, sodium fluoride. Sodium fluoride is poison to everything on Earth. Everything.
So is oxygen. But technically,
are you breathing oxygen?
A certain percentage, yeah.
You're right. Okay, are you dead? 21% is what's in the atmosphere.
But if you raise that to 100%, we would all die.
Let me go.
We would all die right now.
Let me go get you a quarter teaspoon.
Well, that too.
Let me go get you a little teaspoon of sodium fluoride, and you eat that, and then once you fall on the floor, sodium fluoride,
you gonna die.
It's a pesticide. It's an herbicide.
Kill me.
It is. I see this. It kills everything. Okay, so if I went outside and I took some powdered sodium fluoride and I said, my roses have some beetles, sprinkle that on there. You know what I mean? The beetles are gonna die, but so are the roses.
Yeah. So and the grass,
and all the rodents that walk through there.
Well, the sodium does some of that. That's salt.
Sounds like an effective
salt. Yeah, it's salt.
The fluoride will kill you, but it's what.
It's at a very low percentage in our water and everything. Right. So they say it's just like when you look at the ingredients in a lot of the food you eat today. There's poison in there, and then there's a serving size as well. What was it? Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi? One of them. The diet or the non-caffeine. It had
the fake sugar.
Yeah, but it had like what they embalm you with.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, it had formaldehyde in it. But it won't hurt you if you only drink so much. How do you know if this lady over here ain't down in 2 liters a day?
If I give you sodium fluoride in your water and your toothpaste, it is a poison. It keeps you sick. It destroys you slowly over a long-term process. You can take arsenic, small amounts over a long-term, and it's not going to kill you, but you're not going to feel good.
No,
it's going to do
irreparable
damage to your body. You're going to get disease. You are going to get sick from that at some point in your life. It is not good for you. What scientific. I'd have to get into this, and I'll get back to it another time. What would that? How does that stop cavities? What does fluoride do for cavities?
Oh, they say it strengthens bones and teeth,
but how does it strengthen? How does a
I have
poison
no idea.
strengthen
I
your
don't
bones
know.
and teeth?
I don't
Is
know.
it that it kills the bacteria in your mouth so there's no rot?
Maybe.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. So let's put it in the water. Let's put it.
Right.
Let's put it in everything. Let's.
Well, yeah, if you want to kill off your population, obviously,
Yeah,
keep
that
them
works
sick.
good, too.
I
You
mean,
keep 'em
you keep
sick.
them sick and
So
weak. And
But what kind of sick, messed up individual would be able to perpetrate something like that? Like to know, but seriously, they're made of people though. So seriously, to have that mental acuity,
but
to do something like that, really, and follow through,
many of
not
us
feel anything bad about it at all.
But look, many of us, we've had this conversation many times. If you're in power and you have money,
you're not the one drinking that water,
right? You're not drinking that water,
It's
but
still a complete disregard for all life.
You're right.
They don't
but
care.
they don't. They're
Don't
narcissists.
care.
They're
Or
narcissists. They only care about
sociopaths.
themselves. They have money.
Even
all they want is
narcissists
more
care a little
power.
bit about life. You're talking
Well,
about
I mean,
much
but if
worse, maybe sociopath.
perhaps, I mean,
I mean, no,
it's like back in the day, the guy that would whip the slave. He was a slave owner. Did
No.
he have any regard for that
okay,
human life?
You
No.
guys are taking, I think, a step too far. Okay, look at it like this: when you were in high school, okay, and you wanted to be a part of a group so bad, you know what I mean? And this group picked on this group, you know what I mean?
Associate with that.
And
I was
you
always
would
the
pick on the
outcast.
other group just to fit into that group, even though it made you feel bad. So you have these people up here, and in their mind, and for some reason,
they're
not.
right.
They
think they're right.
They think they're right. So they think this earth is going to die
if we don't stop this.
If we don't kill off.
They are looking at other human beings as an infestation.
Right.
We have to get the number down.
So when they say,
then they can go first.
Right.
But they're not going to. They are the ones with all the power. They are the ones with all the money.
Right.
Look, if you feel like
they don't drink the water,
humans are an infestation, and you think they're going to destroy the planet,
well, they look at it as an infestation that they still need. So they can dwindle the numbers down. It's like it's like hunting.
Yeah.
We have to bring the deer population down. So we have hunting season.
Yeah.
And we bring that down. What now? Like, I mean, what you have zombie deers running around, so they're telling you not to eat the deer.
That's a different show.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's really weird that they are also destroying food.
No,
it seems like this is all done by design, where they're trying to.
It's done methodically.
You have to eat our food that we're poisoning you with because we're going to poison the food out here too, so you can't even go get that.
Yep.
Like it's weird, but like the more and more you look into it, the weirder it gets.
Yep.
And it's a hell
climb
of a
back out of the hole a little bit and go back to
the shadow government.
Let's say Trump. Yeah, let's say Trump. Let's say you guys are right. Trump's still in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Why the game? So why? I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you know there's been a wrongdoing, say a cheated election. Okay, and you have proof of this now. You have a lot of proof. Instead of this, let's play this game and hide in the shadows and whatever. Which I promise you, the American people aren't going to like if they find out that's true. They're going to think
I would be fine with
sneaky and underhanded.
I would be fine with it.
I mean, I can see the reason behind it, but most people aren't going to see that.
All right.
But then why?
Let me ask you this question.
Why though? Why not just get back to the way America used to go? You did wrong. You're going to pay for your crime.
Let me ask you this question. All right. January 6th, 2021, Obama takes office. I mean, I'm sorry. This country is just like when Obama was running it. Biden takes office. All right.
When?
And
when did you say?
January 6th, 2021.
No, it was January 20 something, wasn't it?
What?
January 6th was the insurrection.
But he's brought into office the 21st. So the next president will take office in 2025.
Right. No, I get that.
So what would have happened when America was polarized right after the election? All right. You had people screaming it was cheated. You had people say, no, it wasn't. Everybody hated Trump. Everybody loved Trump. everybody loves Biden. You know, we all hate Biden. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they would just went and arrested those people, what those optics look like? That
Tyrant.
Trump was a dictator,
Tyrant.
a tyrant.
I understand, but
So
but wait, when did evidence become inconsequential?
when
Because
the
anything
judges
can be
don't
faked.
look at
Well,
it,
they hit it. I mean, they're just now telling us. Well, I mean, what? It wasn't that long ago. They just told us like, yeah, actually, the Hunter Biden laptop,
It's
it
real.
wasn't Russian disinformation. It was true.
It was
Yeah.
true, right?
And then like now, like on YouTube before, you couldn't even say that the election was stolen.
Yep.
They would wipe it off.
We get back to the Google censoring information.
Yeah.
Right.
So this isn't a small operation. This is a large operation. This is a takeover of a country/countries. This is, you know what I mean? They have over the last, I don't know, maybe since they shot Kennedy, slowly placing the cabal in every department, in every aspect of this country to control the information. It's like saying, you know, a prison is ran by the inmates.
Usually
they do whatever
is.
they want.
Yeah.
Who's on the inside to say what they're doing?
Well,
Yeah,
you got the right
you got a
people
pod
backing
full of
you.
100 and some people, and there are two
Wow.
guards in there with you. Who's in charge?
Right.
Wow.
You know what I
I get
mean?
what you're
That
saying.
guard can tell me what to do,
If you got
but,
the right people
but whether
back-
I do it or
Right.
not is up to
Well,
me and
right.
other inmates in
Right.
there. And if we
As-
say
like I-
no, then it is what it is.
Well, I mean, say there's two guards in there, but
There's thousands of inmates in there, and I mean, there
Right.
may be 50, 75 guards total. Like,
But
I mean, you're outnumbered.
the inmates are telling the outside world what's going on in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They call in, hey, what's going on in there? Nothing. We're all being good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Nothing to see here.
Right?
Yeah.
Move
We're all being
along.
good.
Move
Go
along.
on.
So the criminals are running every branch. I mean, the FBI, the CIA, the Homeland Security,
right.
the EPA. So who could charge who with a crime? The DOJ.
Yeah.
I mean, the top law enforcement. So they say there was cheating in Atlanta, all right, in Fulton County. The FBI goes, we'll take care of that. Let me see the evidence. What evidence?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same
So,
thing. Like, I get it.
and you can't. It's like when the mob ran cities, Chicago, New York. They had the police in their payroll.
Right.
So they'd shoot somebody, and they'd be like, "Looks like a suicide."
Yeah.
I mean,
Suicide
so-
by 2 gunshots to the back of the head.
Right. I mean,
By different calibers.
So right now you have to.
And there's no guns. We
When-
can't find them. We don't know where they went.
When the police hear someone selling drugs, they don't just go arrest them and look for drugs. They set them up, and they do it over a long period of time. They listen to the phone calls. They send undercover cops to buy the drugs. They
Mhm.
set up a rock solid case, and they don't, you know what I mean? They don't indict until they have that case.
Right. And they usually go for the bigger fish. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
want
Like,
the bigger fish.
yeah. They become your best friend so they can
So-
find out who you're getting your stuff from.
So now, if that is the truth, and Trump is acting as a shadow government, they have moles in there. They're listening.
Right.
They're listening to who's
They want the
sending
big fish. They
the
want
orders down.
yeah,
Right.
they want to find out who's paying off who, where all the money's coming. And if you ask me, that's like with Ukraine, with all the money we sent over there and everything.
Right.
I think they're following the money.
Right.
Well, yeah, you can find
So-
a crime that
I
way,
think
but-
I don't think our like the ones who are dirty in our government.
right.
They're following the money that they're sending them and watching who it gets spread out to.
Well, yeah, you
So
can
everybody
always-
who sent the money, they're just as much stuff as
you can
everybody
always
else.
find the
But-
criminal when you follow the money.
They all have tons of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to have
We're going to have to wrap this up.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
heading out
that's
for a
right.
minute.
I'll say this.
We're
I'll say
running
this
out
real
of
quick. If you have a 5-headed dragon and you cut 2 heads off, you still have 3 heads that'll get you. You got to find the heart of that dragon.
Right.
You got to take out the heart. You got to kill the whole dragon, or it just comes back.
Right.
All right.
that's
Well, I
true.
guess we're running out of time for today.
Please like and subscribe.
Don't forget to
Yeah.
ring
Thanks
the bell.
for listening.
Yep. Ring that bell
And
when you
watching.
subscribe, so you know
Yeah.
when our new videos come out.
Yep.
And share on your social media platforms.
like
We
our
will
content.
really appreciate that.
Help us get out. We
Right.
enjoy do this. We love talking about stuff. So yeah. We're glad we are a part of this.
Yep. Catch
Thanks
us on
for
the next one.
watching.
Yep.
Thank
God
you.
bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.